All right, we have a little story for you. So go back in time before 1800, way before we have internet. Not good to live. I don't want to live without internet. So I want to watch my Netflix and Disney Plus. Right before 1800, the world population was less than a billion. So there's a billion right here. So less than a billion right here. Okay, but the advance in science and medicine in about 1900. So during this time, about 1900, leads to a longer lifespan, the lower infant mortality rates. As a result, look at the world population increased almost 7.7 times up to 2019. Right? That's 7.7 billion. Right? And there's projection, so we got to 9.7 billion in 2050 and 10.9 billion in 2100. All right. So since there's a big increase in the world population, so there's a fear that are we going to have enough food? So are we going to have food crisis? So would there be a massive starvation during this time? This is like way before internet, before like in 1900. Okay, so people have a fear about the lack of food. So there's the concern about lack of food and leads to the improvement in food production and capability of food production. So to grow more food, of course, everything eat plants, right? The cows eat plants, we eat plants, and we eat cows. So everything comes from plants. So if you want to increase the food production, you have to go down to the root of it, which is the plant. How do we increase the production of plants or vegetable on like in this world? Well, fertilizer. You probably have heard about this chemical, right? The fertilizer have the formula, so NPK, which stands for nitrogen, amount of phosphorus and potassium, right? Phosphorus and potassium are not that a big deal. So, but nitrogen is really, really important. Well, if you think about it, nitrogen is in everywhere in our body. It's in your muscle, it's in your protein, and in your DNA, and our brain use a lot of amino acids, a lot of protein. Okay, so the question is, how do you add the nitrogen into plants so plants can grow? Does it make sense? Okay, so the nitrogen is the very important, and but the problem is right here. Well, it's not easy to get nitrogen from gas into the plant, into the soil. That's it's like a fertilizer, right? So there's a lot of free nitrogen in the air, but we can't use it. That's the problem. For chemists come together and think, well, we can't really take nitrogen in the air and put into the soil or in a fertilizer. I mean, can't do that directly, but someone can. So we have some type of bacteria that are able to convert nitrogen gas from the air to ammonia, which can be used for growing plants. Okay, but the amount of ammonia available in the soil is very limited because of we don't have enough this bacteria or microbe to do that. Well, not enough to grow more and more plants for increase in world population. No way we're gonna have enough of that. Okay, so the problem is, how do we just do simple equation? How do we convert nitrogen gas to ammonia and put that into the soil and the plant can use it, right? So we have they're not scientists. So Fritz Haber, I think so he's a German chemist. Karl Bosch is a German engineer, I think. Okay, and so long back there. Anyway, so the reaction look easy, but it's very, very difficult to do. And these two people come and say, and the first one who successfully do this. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the problem that they have first. So they try to do, so these are in equilibrium. So nitrogen gas react with hydrogen gas to make ammonia. Okay, this is how they discover it at the beginning. So this is their story. So they try to make this equilibrium favor the production of ammonia. So go to the product. At room temperature, nope, it didn't go. Heat it up, the reaction go backward to make more ammonia and hydrogen gas. So we get less ammonia. Okay. Oh, okay. To make more nitrogen and hydrogen, less ammonia. Well, the question is going to be, how do we convince this reaction to favor the product? All right. All right. At the same time, we have this guy. So Henry Louis Le Châterlier. He's a French chemist. Don't call him Henri Louis Le I don't know. I don't speak French, but I know his last name is Le Châterlier. Okay, I'm not sure it's something along that line. You can look it up. Anyway, Le Châtelier's principle. He is the one who said who discovered this. What's it? Did discover this observation. He said that if stress is applied to a reaction mixture at equilibrium. So we have equilibrium going on, and we apply stress into it. The net reaction occurs in the direction that relieves the stress. And the stress that he's talking about is concentration, pressure and volume, and the temperature. Okay, so his point is the equilibrium will do whatever it takes to relieve that stress. Could be concentration, pressure, and equilibrium. And to relieve the stress, result in two ways: either shift to the product or shift back to the reactor. Okay, so we're going to talk about these factors one by one, this stress one by one. Start with the concentration. Let's take a look at the next video.